Students,
Good
good
morning.
morning. Students,
Good morning, sir.
yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you see the shared document?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So today we are going to start the auditing standard relating to the planning, audit planning. This is SLA US 300, Sri Lanka SLA US 300 Sri Lanka auditing standard. The planning and audit of financial statement. When you carry out the audit of financial statement, auditors should plan their work. What do you think about planning? I think you may study planning, the planning subject in the marketing management, general management, economic. There are so many subjects involves planning. We are going to speak about audit planning. What do you think about planning? What is, I hope you know what is planning. Why the even marketing or auditing? Why the plan is necessary? Even if you want to study, you may plan the work, right? You can plan the study and you can sit for the exam. So why you should plan? You must get some idea regarding this planning. Before we start this standard, I am asking general matters regarding the planning. Why this planning is important? What is planning? I am not asking audit planning. Generally, what is planning? Why the people plan their work?
Recording in progress.
Why this planning important? What are the benefits you can achieve from the planning? Anyone you can share with me? I asked the general questions regarding the planning. If you do the work with the planning, the work can be done very efficient and effective manner. Unless otherwise, the work is carried out with a proper plan, you can achieve your objective. So any work through this planning, any work can be carried out very efficiently and effectively. I think you know what is efficient, what is effective. I already discussed. There are 3 E's relating the economy efficiency. Planning is the determine the mission. Okay, one student chat 075. Yes, one student answered this question. Planning is to determine the mission. Fine. There are so many ways we can explain. This one way of the explanation is determine the mission, right? Mission also include the plan, not only mission, vision, objective, goals. Everything is comes under planning, right? So basically, if you carry out your work with a proper plan, your work can be achieved very efficiently and effectively. Efficient and effective manner could be objective, could be achieved through the work properly planned. According to the standard, the word is using adequate plan, right? So this is we are going to discuss several matters under this planning. So first we will list out what we are going to cover in this standard, right? So we will list out first role and timing of planning. So under this very important matter is a adequate planning benefits the audit of financial statement in several ways, right? So benefit or advantages of audit planning, you should thoroughly understand or importance of this planning. Benefits or examiner asks several ways this one. So advantages of planning, benefits of planning, important of the planning. Otherwise, he may ask why auditor should plan their work, right? So many ways they can answer, they can question. So you should thoroughly know first benefit of audit planning. That is first area we are going to discuss, right? So before uh, uh, right. According to standard, the auditor should plan and planning the audit work so that the audit will be performed an effective manner to perform better service to client. Number one. Number two, minimize the audit risk. There are two things important. If you want to provide better service to your client, your work should be planned. Second one, if you want to minimize audit risk, you know what is audit risk? Audit risk means when the financial statements are materially misstated, auditor express an inappropriate opinion. Sometimes he may face several problems. So that is called risk, audit risk basically. So if you want to have a risk at minimum level, auditor should plan. So you must keep in mind, sir. One is perform better service to a client. Second one, uh, auditor through this planning, auditor can minimize this audit risk, right? There are two things you must keep in mind, right? According to the standard, role and timing of planning. Planning an audit involves establishing the overall audit strategy for engagement and developing audit plan, right? Before we start this, there are two types. Planning involves, right? Planning involves two things. Very, very important. Planning involves, one is develop, establishing an overall audit strategy. That is number one. We'll study in detail how to develop overall audit strategy or established overall audit strategy. There are certain matters auditors consider when developing or establishing overall audit strategy. So one part of the planning is establishing overall audit strategy for engagement. And second part is developing an audit plan. So, according to the standard, planning involves two things. One is establishing overall audit strategy for an engagement. That is first part. Second part is developing an audit plan. There are two things you must consider. We will study in detail, right? So other matter, the standard is deals important adequate planning benefit the audit of financial statement in several ways, including the following. So we are going to discuss what are the benefits of adequate audit planning. Generally, most of the competitive exams or professional exam, this area is testing. What are the benefits of adequate audit planning? Right? Adequate audit planning. Or why auditor should plan their work? Or what? Why the auditor should plan the work? Or what are the importance of the adequate audit planning? So we will discuss one by one. Right? According to the standard, number one, helping the auditor to devote appropriate attention to important areas of audit. So first benefit is appropriate attention on important areas. So if the audit plan is not there, you are concentrate unimportant area. So your attention on important area may be omitted. So the first benefit is attention, helping the auditor to devote, I don't know whether your board is to devote appropriate attention on important area, areas, right? When you are planned, right, there are several steps. When you are planned, you can identify what are the important areas for this organization, right? So you can concentrate more attention on this area. So that is why the first benefit is helping the auditor to devote appropriate attention on important areas of the audit, right? Unless otherwise, you will spend time, you will concentrate on unimportant areas. So this is the first benefit of the adequate audit plan, right? Second one, identifying the potential problem on timely basis, helping the auditor identify and resolve potential problem. If the audit plan is not there, you are not possible to identify and resolve potential problem on a timely basis, right? Second important area, helping the auditor to identify and resolve potential problems in timely basis, in time, right? Otherwise, you may concentrate after the audit is complete. You can you are identifying potential problem, right? So before the audit, before the issuing the report, before express an audit opinion on the finance statement, auditor, this audit planning, adequate audit planning, facilitate the auditor to identify and resolve potential problem in time, right? That is a second important uh, areas. Uh, Third one, helping the auditor properly organize and manage audit engagement so that it is performed in an effective and efficient manner. Third one, audit work can be carried out efficient and effective manner. Why? You can properly organize, you can assign the people properly, you can deploy the audit officers properly, right? So that the work is performed efficiently and effective manner. Efficient and effective manner. So you should know what is efficient and what is effective, right? I am not explaining here. There are so many definitions: economy, efficiency, effectiveness, right? If you are conduct the work very effectively, you can achieve your your objective. Even the studies, efficient and effective manner. So if you are planned your studies, right, you can efficient. Your performance may be very efficient and effective. You can get through the exam with the uh, best performance, right? So likewise, audit work is adequately planned, so so that properly organized and managed audit engagement, so that it is performed in efficient and effective manner, right? Uh, fourth benefit, benefit is assisting the selection of engagement team members with appropriate level of capabilities and competence to respond the anticipated risk and the proper assignment of work to them. Proper assignment to the work to them. Proper assignment. If you take audit firms, there are different category of officers: trainees, audit senior auditor, junior auditor, audit manager, partner, like that. Several officers are there. If your work is properly planned, you can identify the officers with the capabilities and competency. So some officers may be capable to carry out bank audits. Some officers, audit officers, capable to carry out some export import, right? So that certain sectors, they are capable to carry out certain sectors with a different experience. So you can consider the capability and experience, competence. Based on that, you can assign the work properly. So proper assignment of work, unless otherwise audit plan is not there, adequate audit plan is not there, you are not in a position to deploy the team members or audit assistants or officers for the proper work based on their capabilities and competency. Competency means educational qualification and experience. Through this educational qualification and experience, you can achieve the competency, right? Competency and capability is very important, right? So based on that, you can deploy the each and every assignment. Officers can be deployed to the proper assignment. Assignment can be properly assign their work to the officers based on their competence and capability. This is the fourth benefit of adequate audit planning. Second one, facilitating the direction and supervision of engagement team members and review of their work. There are three things: direction, supervision, and review of work. Assistance work, right? This without audit plan, it is difficult to supervise direction and review the work done by the other officers. So adequate audit planning facilitate the direction, supervision of the engagement team members and review of their work. So if you take audit firm, there are assistant officers, audit assistant, auditor, senior officer, audit managers, partners, like that. So subordinate work with, if you have an audit plan and program, audit program also part of the audit plan. If you have audit plan, it is facilitate to supervise their work. What are the work completed? What are their work not completed? What are their problems in audit? Then proper supervision can be made through this audit plan. Based on this audit work, proper directions can be given by the senior officers, and review, time to time review, weekly, monthly, end of the audit. At the end of the audit, there are several times audit assistants work, team members works may be reviewed by several levels. So without plan, it is problem to direction, supervise and review the audit work done by the assistants. So adequate plan is facilitate to supervise, review and directions. Then next one, last one, assisting where applicable in coordination of the work done by auditor of the component and expert. Coordination of work. Work done by the expert and auditor of the component. Coordination, if there are scientific problem, technical problem, valuation problem, sometimes auditor is not capable to check resolve these problems. So they can employ the expert other than the employees of the auditing entity. So if there are expert is appointed when you are carrying out work, for example, GEM Corporation audit. So auditor is not in a position. He does not have knowledge to identify precious stones, the gem, that different navaratna, different type of kind of that stones. Identification and valuation is a problem. So he can employ the expert. Likewise, medical stores, auditor is not competent enough to identify the medical item, medical equipment, and those values. So expert may be appointed. So this planning is facilitated to coordinate their work of the expert. Likewise, where there is a company having a components. Components means group companies or branches in abroad. So sometimes there are different auditors appointed for the component. So main auditor is responsible for the reporting. Who finalize that the components. There are several groups. Each and every group, some other auditors may be appointed. So this work, main auditor and other auditors to be coordinated. Their work to be coordinated. If you have a adequate audit planning, so it is easy to assisting the auditor to coordinate the work done by the expert and other auditors appointed for the components, right? So these are the 6 benefit of audit planning, right? Some important benefit or why auditors should plan their work, right? One is to devote appropriate attention on important areas. Number 2, identify and resolve potential problem in timely basis. Third one, efficient and effective. The audit work can be carried out efficient and effective manner. Uh, Fourth one, proper assignment to the assistants. Officers can be deployed. 1 minute. 1 minute. Supervision. நான் நேற்று எடுக்கிறேன் நான் அப்புறம் எடுக்கிறேன் நான் லேசர் எடுக்கிறேன் அப்புறம் எடுக்கிறேன். So fourth benefit is proper assignment to the audit team members. Fifth benefit is through the adequate planning, the code direction, supervision, review of work, is facilitated. Audit planning is facilitated to direct supervision and review of the work done by the assistant. Last benefit is assisting where applicable in coordination of work done by the auditor of component and expert. These are the benefit of audit plan, right? If you take past papers, you can see this area is mostly tested, right? Not only our university, most of the auditing papers you can find this type of questions. I hope this area you can understood. Can we move on to next section? Right. Requirements according to the standard. The third matter we are going to discuss. First is benefit of audit plan. Second one, audit involves what establishing the overall audit strategy and develop audit plan. Third one, according to the standard requirements. What are the requirements? Could be fulfilled according to the standard, right? First, we will list out what are the requirements. One requirement is involvement of key engagement team members. Other requirements means preliminary engagement activities. Other requirements is planning activities. Other requirements is documentation. So, right. These are the requirements to be fulfilled by the according to the standard, right? We are going to. There are four requirements according to the standard, the planning standard. Auditors to be fulfilled these requirements. One is involvement of key engagement members. We will discuss. Second requirement is preliminary engagement activities. You should know what are the preliminary engagement activities relating to the audit planning. Third one, planning activities. There are two types of planning activities, two components. One is establishing an overall audit strategy and developing an audit plan. We are mostly concerned on this, right? What is overall audit strategy? What are the matters to be considered by the auditor when establishing overall audit strategy? Those matters we will study in detail. And what include developing an audit plan, right? So this planning activities we will study in detail. Another one is documentation is not a problem, right? So uh, these are the areas we are going to discuss. And in addition to that, audit program. What is audit program? How to prepare audit program? What are the benefit or advantages and disadvantages of audit program? Uh, Audit program that the students and auditors familiar to prepare different areas. Audit program for different areas or examination. So these are the areas we are going to discuss, right? The only five this one, two, three is requirements. Four is planning activities in detail. Fifth one, audit program. Under this standard, we are going to discuss only these areas. Right. First, first requirements to be fulfilled and according to the standard, planning standard, involvement of key engagement team members. We'll see what standard states. The engagement partner and other key members of engagement team shall be involved in planning the audit, including planning and participating in discussion among engagement team members. Refer paragraph A4. I am not going to discuss the matters given in the paragraph A4, right? You can refer. We are, due to the time limitation, I am briefly explain this, right? The first requirement is engagement partner. Without the audit planning, engagement partner should involve. Engagement partner and other key members of engagement team shall be involved in planning or the audit. When you prepare the planning, without involvement of the partner or other key members, that is useless. You cannot implement this. Only for the documentation purpose, planning is there. But if you want to properly implement, really implement, realistic plan, if the plan prepared by the audit firm or audit institution for the particular audit, it should be a realistic, actually, according to the standard, engagement partner and other key members of the engagement team shall be involved in the planning the audit. including planning and participating in the discussion among engagement team members. Including not only planning and participating in the discussion among engagement team members. Right? So, when an audit plan is prepared, that should be, you must keep in mind. When audit plan is prepared, before the audit or during the audit or after the completion of the audit, when it should be. For example, the audit of the financial year for the 2022 financial year 2022. If you take private sectors 22 to 23, that is assessment year. 1st March, 1st April 2022 to 31st March 2023. This is a financial year. When the audit plan is prepared, after completion of the financial year, or before the financial year, or during the financial year. Any students can answer this. When audit plan is prepared, this is a simple question. These are sometimes tested in the MCQ. Audit plan is prepared when? Before the commencement of audit, during the course of audit, or after completion of audit. When the audit plan is prepared. So one student answer after. Completely wrong. Completely wrong. Sorry, before. Right. That I luckily put this question, right? So you are not properly understand about this planning, right? Students, planning is that is the first steps for the audit. Before commencements of audit. Normally, before the financial year, this should be prepared before the commencements of audit, not during the course of audit or after the audit. So this is the basic thing you should keep in mind, right? So this audit plan is always prepared before the commencements of audit, right? So according to first requirements, engagement partner and other key members of the engagement team shall be involved in planning the audit. Not only in the planning stage, but also participating partner and engagement partner and key members participating in the discussion among engagement team members. That is a first right. That is a first requirement. Sometime exam purpose only asked to list out the requirements. Sometime explain to involvement of key engagement team members. That is a one requirement. So we try to explain this after referring the paragraph A4. Right. Then preliminary engagement activities. There are 3 activities. Beginning of the current audit engagement, auditor shall undertake the following activities at the beginning of the current audit engagement. A. Performing procedure required by SLA US 222 regarding the continuation of the client relationship and specific audit engagement. That is first one. Then evaluating the compliance with relevant ethical requirements according to SLA US 220. Establishing and understanding in the terms of audit engagement as required by the SLA US 210. There are 3 activities is called preliminary activities, right? You must consider continuance of the client relationship and specific audit engagement that is given in the quality control standard, right? SLA US 220. Second one, ethical requirements that we study: independence, integrity, objectivity, right? Confidentiality, technical standard,
Recording stopped.
those ethical requirements you should comply. Third one, terms of engagement. You must establish the understanding of the terms of engagement as required by the 210. These are the three uh, activities relating to preliminary engagement, right? The preliminary engagement activities. There are three activities involved preliminary activities. Now, this is a very important area we are going to discuss. Planning activities. Third requirement is planning activities. According to the standard, give planning activities, right? There are two activities only, all planning activities. We'll see. The auditor shall establish an overall audit strategy that sets scope, timing, and direction of audit, and that guides the development of audit plan. Right? So there are two activities are called planning activities. One is overall audit strategy. This planning activities is two. We have already discussed planning activities two. One is overall audit strategy. What is overall audit strategy? This sets out scope, of audit. This sets out scope, time, direction of audit, right? So this is called overall audit strategy. Overall audit strategy sets out scope of audit, time of audit, direction of audit, right? We are not going to discuss in deep, right? So this is the basic thing. Planning activities are two types. One is establishing overall audit strategy. Audit strategy, establishing overall audit strategy means that sets out scope of audit, time of audit, direction of audit, right? Second audit activity, planning activities is developing audit plan, right? This is called planning activities. We are going to discuss about this, right? Overall audit strategy. In establishing overall audit strategy, what are the matters auditor need to be considered, right? When you develop overall audit strategy. Audit strategy means ubaya, tandiram, ubaya, right? Audit that audit strategy sets out scope of audit, time of audit, and direction of audit. So when you establish this overall audit strategy, certain matters auditor to be considered according to paragraph 8, right? Uh, there are 5 matters you must consider. we can see this one, or we can move on to the detailed paragraph. You'll see detailed paragraph. Right. Paragraph A8 deals with this. Paragraph A8. Paragraph A8, before 8, planning activities, the overall audit strategy, the process of establishing an overall audit strategy, assist the auditor to determine, subject to the completion of the auditor's risk assessment procedures, such matters are, right? Such matters, what are the matters to be considered, right? This paragraph explains the matters to be considered, right? When establishing an overall audit strategy, right? This is the subject to the completion of the auditor's risk assessment procedure. Risk assessment procedure, relating to risk assessment procedure. Number one, resources to deploy for a specific audit area, such as use of appropriately experienced team members for high risk areas or the involvement of experts on complex matters. One matter is this overall audit strategy. When when uh, when you establish overall audit strategy, there's a risk assessment. Number one, you should resources to deploy must consider resources means audit staff for the specific areas, right? Based on the experience, team members, you can deploy high risk areas, low risk areas, high risk areas, or complex areas, right? Sometimes you must involve, you must appoint the expert also, right? So when you uh, when you establish overall audit strategy, you must consider resource to deploy. How many experienced staff, how many competence of staff, how many expert needed, right? So that the high risk areas, uh, how many expert to be appointed, those matters called resource to deploy. Second one, amount of resources to allocate to in specific areas, such as the number of team members assigned to observe the inventory count at the material location, the extent of review of other auditors' work in the case of group audit or other, or the audit budget in hours to allocate high risk areas. So amount of resource to allocate, amount of resource to be allocated. So specific audit areas, right? Sometimes inventory count is involved. Physical verification stock at material location, that stores may be in different locations, right? Sometimes if there is a group company auditors are there, right? Group company audits to be carried out, right? You must think about audit budget in hours. Allocate high risk areas. How many hours allocated? High risk areas, low risk areas, average risk areas. So, you must, based on that, you must allocate the amount of resources, right? Then, when these resources are to be deployed, such as whether at an interim audit stage or the key cutoff dates. So sometimes these resources may be deployed interim audit. Sometimes interim financial statements are prepared by the client, 3 months or 6 months or 9 months. So that sometimes interim audit stage resource may be deployed. So you must consider. Then how such resources are managed, direct and supervised, such as when team briefing and debriefing meetings are expected to be held. So how such resources are managed, right? So those things also you must consider. In the appendix, list example of consideration in establishing overall audit strategies there, right? You can read this appendix, right? Appendix, and you can take some point, right? So normally uh, the uh, normally in the overall audit strategy, uh, when developing overall audit strategy, auditors should consider the knowledge of the business, understanding the accounting and internal control system, risk and materiality, nature, time, and extent of audit procedure, other matters to be considered. That is given, those matters are given in the appendix list. You can see this appendix list. You must know some certain factors. Uh, Consideration of establishing the overall audit strategy is characteristic of engagement, right? That is, you must think about the knowledge of the business, right? Financial reporting framework, industry specific reporting requirements, expected audit coverage, extent extent to which components are audited by other auditors, nature of the business segments, reporting currencies, need for statutory audit of standalone financial statement, whether entity has an internal audit function, and if so, whether in which areas and what extent the work of the functions can be used for the purpose of the audit. So these are the matters to be considered. Availability of the client personnel and data, then reporting objectivities, timing of audit and nature of the communication, entities timetable for reporting such as interim and final stage, organization of meeting with the management and those charged with governance, discussion with management and those charged with governance, discussion with management regarding expected communication on the status of audit work throughout the engagement, expected nature of timing of communication, whether there are any other expected communication with third parties, including any statutory or contractual reporting responsibilities. These are the matters there are several, there are 3-4 headings, right? That the matters are given, right? So the auditor should consider what are the matters, to be uh, considered when establishing overall audit strategy. One is you must consider the characteristics of engagement, right? Under this, some points are given. Second one, reporting objectives, timing of audit, and nature of the communication. Under this heading, there are several matters listed out in the standard. Third one, significant factors, preliminary engagement activities, and knowledge gained on other engagement. Under that, there are some points given. Then, next one, nature, timing, and extent of resources. So these are the matters to be considered, right, when establishing overall audit strategy. Simply, we can say that the auditor should consider the knowledge of the business, understanding the accounting and internal control system, risk of materiality. I will give the in short form. There are several things I will give you in short form. In establishing overall audit strategy, identifying the characteristics of engagement and define its scope. So, characteristics of engagement, right? Uh, uh, Establishing overall audit strategy, right? Characteristics of engagement. Number 4, reporting objective of the engagement to plan timing of the audit and nature of the communication required. We can simply say knowledge of the business, knowledge of business, understanding the accounting and internal control system, risk and materiality, nature, timing, extent of audit procedure. Nature, I will repeat. Coordination, direction, and supervision. So these are the matters auditor should be considered when establishing overall audit strategy, right? One is characteristics of engagement and its scope. What type of engagement? Sometimes statutory audit or private audit or reporting requirements, financial reporting framework, right? So those matters, characteristics of engagement, knowledge of the business, what industry, uh, in under what industry the client businesses or operate, business knowledge, understanding the accounting and internal control system, risk and materiality, nature, timing, and extent of audit procedure, coordination, direction, and supervision. These are the matters auditor should consider when establishing the. I have summarized and given here, right? Uh, these are the matters to be considered by the auditor when establishing overall audit strategy, right? Reporting objectivities of the engagement plan, timing of audit, nature of the communication, consider the factors, auditor's professional judgment, significant in directing of engagement team's effort, result of the preliminary engagement activities, nature, timing, and extent of resources requirements, right? So uh, these are the matters relating to in establishing an overall audit strategy. So you can, I have given summarized form. So planning activities are two. One is establishing overall audit strategy. Other one is develop an audit plan. In establishing overall audit strategy, auditors should consider these factors. In the appendix, you can find several matters under different category, different heading. You can find several things. Those things, in practically, in the audit firm, when they prepared for the audit plan, they should consider this. These are the points I have given in simple way, right? Then now we will other part we are going to discuss other part developing audit plan, developing audit plan, right? Based on the overall audit strategy. Next one, development of audit plan. That is, development of audit plan is description of what is audit plan. Sometimes examiner asks, what is audit plan? Audit plan is description of certain things. Description. Description of nature, timing, and extent of planned risk assessment procedure. Nature, time, and extent of planned audit procedure. Nature, time, and extent of planned audit procedure. Second one, nature, timing, and extent of planned further audit procedure. Here, extent, time, nature. Here, extent, time, nature of audit procedure, planned audit procedure, additional extent, time, and planned risk assessment audit procedure, nature, time, and extent of planned further audit procedure, other planned audit procedure, other planned audit procedure. So you should know what is audit procedure. What do you think about audit procedure? Students, you can answer. What do you think about audit procedure? Audit procedure means type of audit work carried out by the auditor to achieve the audit objective. That is called audit procedure. Physical count of checking, cash count. That is also one audit procedure. Inventory checking. That is also audit procedure. Observing the inventory count. That is also audit procedure. Right? Vouching. That is also audit procedure. Audit procedures means you may be, later you can understand there are several audit work carried out to achieve the audit objective. That is called audit procedure, right? So basically, audit plan is description of time, extent, and nature of audit procedure. Based on the audit plan, we will prepare the audit program. When you see the audit program, all these are given. I will show you later, right? So the audit procedure extent, what percentage? This procedure, what percentage? That should be stated, right? 50% or 100% or 10% or what extent of work. Nature of audit procedure, what nature, right? Uh, Nature means sometimes manual test, sometimes computer test, right? That is description is given in detail how to carry out this audit procedure. Then time, when you complete, when you commence and when you complete, how many hours allocated for each and every procedure. So this audit plan is a description of nature, time, and extent of planned risk assessment procedure, planned further audit procedure at the assessment level, and other planned audit procedure. There are three things. Extent, time, nature of the risk assessment audit procedure, nature, time, extent of plan, the further audit procedure, other extent, time, nature of other planned audit procedure. So this is actually basically audit plan consists of audit procedures. Whatever audit procedures, risk assessment audit procedures, planned audit procedures, further audit procedures, right? So this is called an audit plan, right? So you must here planning activities two types. One is establishing overall audit strategy, right? Other one is developing audit plan. When in establishing overall audit strategy, what are the matters to be considered? That is given in the appendix. I have given in summarized form, right? You should know what is audit plan. Audit plan include the description of time, nature, and extent of risk assessment audit procedure, plan audit procedure, further audit procedure. Right? This is the audit plan, right? So overall audit strategy means sets out scope, direction, time, right? That is called audit strategy, right? Now we will move on other requirements. It's a documentation. According to the standard, auditors shall include in audit documentation. Documentation we have already discussed in the SLA US 230. It is working papers, right? all the working papers, auditor should include all the working papers. Number one, overall audit strategy. Number two, the audit plan and any significant changes made during the audit engagement to the overall audit strategy or the audit plan and the reasons for such changes. So what should be document? What should be document? According to the standard, what should be document? One is overall audit strategy. Number two, audit plan should be documented. Number three, any significant changes made during the audit engagement to the overall audit strategy or the audit plan and the reasons for such changes. Those also documented. Sometimes examiner will simply ask, as per the SLA US 300, right? Planning and audit of financial statement. What should be documented by the auditor? So you must answer overall audit strategy, audit plan, then any significant changes in the overall audit strategy or audit plan and reasons for the changes. All this should be documented, right? So I hope you all can understand this standard. So we have to further we have to study audit program, right? So audit program is not given in this standard, but based on the audit plan, auditors should always prepare the audit program. I will explain after giving some questions, right? What is audit program? How to prepare audit program? What are the advantages of the audit program? Disadvantages of the audit program? And you must familiar to prepare the audit program. In the textbook, several audit programs you can find. You can find several audit programs, but sometimes exam purpose, they may ask to prepare the audit program to examination of bank reconciliation, audit program to examination of the fixed assets verifications, audit program to check the fuel expenses. So like that, you must familiar. It is not a problem. But in the audit firm, the audit assistants are familiar how to prepare. They are given audit program. They have to work according to the audit program, right? Audit program include audit procedures, all the audit procedures to be carried out during the audit. So after taking some questions on this, we will start to. I will explain the audit program. Right. Students, if you have anything to clarify, there are 96 students at the moment. Your feedback is important to continue my lecture program. If you have any clarification, you can ask without hesitate. Or you can chat. If you do not have any clarification, we will write some questions on this area, right? Students, yes or no? I don't know whether. Before we start, at the subject in the standard audit program, we will take some questions on this. in this standard. You write down number 1. What do you understand the term audit plan? The term audit planning. Question number 1. What do you understand the term audit planning? Question number 2. Question number 2. State, state, state 6 benefits. 6 benefits of adequate audit planning. State 6 benefits of adequate audit planning. Question number 2. Question number 3. List. Question number 3. List. Question number 1. Right. I am repeating question number 1. What do you understand the term audit planning? Or you can put this way, define the term audit planning. Define the term audit planning. There's a definition is given in the glossary. You can take from the standard. The question number 1. I am repeating question number 1. Define the term audit planning. Question number 2. Question number 2. State state 6 benefits. State 6 benefits of state 6 benefits of adequate planning. I hope you all can complete question number 2. Question number 3. Question number 3. State objective of auditor. State objective of the auditor. State the objective of the auditor to plan the audit work. To plan the audit work. State the objective of the auditor to plan the audit work. Question number 3. Question number 4. List the requirements. List the requirements. List the requirements given. List the requirements given in SLAUS 300. In SLAUS 300 hyphen planning and audit of financial statement. Planning and audit of financial statement. List the requirements given in SLAUS 300 hyphen planning and audit of financial statement. Question number 5. Now we will move on to question number 5. Question number 5. List the components of planning activities. List two major components of planning activities. Question number 5, I am repeating again. List the two major components of planning activities. List two more major components of planning activities. Question number 6. What do you understand? What do you understand by what do you understand by what do you understand by overall audit strategy? And state and state and state and state what are the matters and state what are the matters to be considered by the auditor, to be considered by the auditor to be considered by the auditor in establishing the overall audit strategy. In establishing the overall audit strategy. What is the question number next? What is the next question number? Students?
7, sir.
Question number 7. Fine. Question number 7. What do you understand by development of what do you understand by development of an audit plan? and state and state what included what included in the developed what included in the developed audit plan. Developed audit plan. Question number 8. Question number 8. As per SLA US 300, what are the matters what are the matters documented? What are the matters documented? Some correction. Question number 8. As per the requirements of SLA US 300, as per the requirements of the SLA US 300, what are the matters auditor should document? Basically, I hope you have completed 8 questions. Basically, audit plan is prepared based on the overall audit strategy. Based on the audit plan, audit program is prepared. We will come to discuss about this audit program after the break, right? After the break, and we will study within 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes. I can complete what is audit program. That is not given in detail in the standard. In the standard, audit program is not given in detail. So a lot of textbooks describe the audit program in lengthy. So we will we should know what is audit program. what are the advantages and disadvantages, or what should be included in the audit program. So the basic understanding, you should know what is audit program. Based on the audit plan, auditors design audit program, right? So after the break, we will discuss audit program, and also we can discuss the next standard is Sri Lanka auditing standard 700 relating to reports, auditors report on the uh, financial statement. That is basically basic elements of audit reports, right? This I can uh, discuss within 1 hour, right? So after break, we will discuss audit program. Then we can continue with the next standard SLA 700 relating to the auditor's report on financial statement. We are going to discuss basic elements of audit reports, and that each and every elements we had to discuss, right? So we can wind up or break. Is it okay, students?
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay. So we will meet at 10:30, right? We will meet at 10:30. Okay. Now we are going to discuss. Students, I hope you all are rejoined. I hope you all are rejoined to the lecture program. We start. We are going to discuss now the audit program. This is basically audit program is prepared, is developed based on the audit plan. Right? First, overall audit strategy should be established. After that, audit plan should be developed. Based on the audit plan, to implement the audit plan, audit program is prepared. So you know this is basically you should know what is audit program. Now you can write down this what is audit program. Auditor should develop. You can write down auditor should develop and document an audit program setting out the nature, time, setting out the nature, time, and extent of planned audit procedure, nature, time, extent of planned audit procedure, nature, time, nature, time, extent of planned audit procedure required to implement audit program include nature, time, extent of planned audit procedure required to implement overall audit strategy. Required to implement overall audit strategy. Okay, required to implement the overall audit plan. Overall audit plan. What strategy? Overall audit plan. The audit program may contain references to other matters, references to other matters such as audit objectives, time, audit objectives, time, timing, sample size, and basis for selection area, selection of each area, selection of each area. The program or the program serve as a set of instructions, serves as a set of instructions audit program serves as a set of instructions to assistants involved in audit. Assistants involved in the audit, and as a means to control, and the record the proper execution of the work. Control and record of the proper execution of work. Audit program is a detailed program which helps to guide and control the junior staff. Audit program classifies the work of junior. Audit program classifies the work of junior staff helps to complete the audit task, helps to complete the audit task without leaving any point. So this is there are a lot of things there, but basically what should be audit program? Audit program is it's spelled out the detailed uh, instructions to staff. This include audit procedures, nature of the audit procedures, time of the audit procedures, extent of audit procedures included in this audit program. This is like a guidance to the audit assistants. When the audit assistants carries out their work, they can guide through this program. They don't have any confusion, but the sequence of the work, right? They understand what is the first work to be done, second work to be done, third work to be done without any confusion. We can carry out. These are basic instructions or guidance given in the audit program. So audit program is prepared based on the audit developed audit plan, overall plan. So there are a lot of advantages and disadvantages. You can refer the textbooks. What are the advantages and disadvantages? And there are guidance given in the textbooks how to prepare the audit program. Audit program include each and every audit procedures. Sometimes include audit objective also, right? What extent of percentage covered also given, time, hours spent for each and every audit procedures also included in the audit program. There are different type of audit programs adapted by the different audit firm, right? So in the textbooks you can find some type of audit program, right? Examples of audit program, each and every test to be listed. For example, preparation of bank reconciliation. So you must check what are the tests to be involved. Then what are the objective of each and every test? What are the sample size? How to select the sample size? Who are the staff? How many staff deployed? Time duration, commencements and completion, first day, second day, like that. This is specified format is there for audit program. Standard formats are available for audit program. When you saw this program, you don't have any confuse what are the sequence of work, right? Each and every objective of audit procedures also included in the program. The audit program is basically based on the overall audit plan that to implement the overall audit plan, audit uh, audit audit program is prepared. So easy to supervise, directions and review. There are a lot of advantages, right? So these are guidance, instruction to the assistants, no confusion. That all the audit procedures to be complete, resource requirements. This is a control documents that every sign off, every person should sign in the audit program. It pinpoint the responsibilities. So many advantages in the audit program. At the time, disadvantages also there. Sometimes it may be mechanical. Some that same program can't be applicable to every situation. Sometimes certain cases you have to go in deep. So you can follow this the program. You may carry out other than the audit procedures, other than the other audit procedures, other than audit procedures given in the program. So in nature of the you should keep in mind the audit plan and audit program it is not the same. It differs from organization to organization. Size of the organization, complexity of the organization, nature of the industry, right? Those matters, that based on those matters, audit plan and audit program may differ. So you can't think same audit program can be used for the other auditing institutions. So it may be vary, right? Test also may be vary. So here you should understand what is audit program, right? What included in the audit program? What are the benefits of the audit program? What are the disadvantages of the audit program? And specimen audit program, prepare audit program to check certain things, certain examinations. So you can write down that some questions are, I think you have already written 7 or 8 questions, isn't it? Prepare announcements. That the students asked me to repeat the notes, right? I will repeat. Uh, the auditor should develop and document audit program, setting out the nature, timing, and extent of planned audit procedure required to implement overall audit plan. The audit program serve as a set of instruction to assistants involved in the audit and as a means to control and record the proper execution of work. The audit program may also contain the audit objective of each area. Audit program may contain reference to other matters such as audit objectives, timing, sample size, and basis of selection for each area. Serve as a set of instruction to the audit team and means to control and record the proper execution of work. Right? This is what I have read again earlier. Right? You can write down. I think up to this up to 7 or 8 question I have given for the audit plan. How many questions, students? Already given?
8 questions.
Yes, you can add this one also. Number 9. What do you understand? What do you understand by audit program? What do you understand by audit program? Number 10. Question number 10. State 5 advantages and disadvantages. 5 advantages and disadvantages of audit program. The last one, prepare audit program for examination of tangible non-current assets. Prepare audit program for tangible non-current assets. Students, altogether, how many questions you have written? Students,
11 questions.
11. Right, fine. So today, up to now, we have completed audit planning, especially the standard. We discussed SLA US 300 important areas we have discussed. In addition to that, we discussed audit program, right? So you should understand, student, you should understand what is audit program, what are the advantages of audit program, disadvantages, and how to prepare audit program. Different areas. That is a practical aspects, but you should know at least what to include in the audit program. When you refer certain textbooks, you can find there are formats. In the format, you can see the audit test. Or this objective of those tests. Test means audit procedures. Audit procedures means the works or tests carried out to achieve the audit objective. That is why test to audit procedures. Each and every audit procedures objectives are there. Then sample size, on what are the basis for the selection of samples. Then the staff details, how many time duration, and that completion. When you commence and complete, all the details are given in the audit program. This is a standard format. You must familiar to sometime asking audit program to examination of trade debtors, fixed deposit, so much of amount shown in the balance sheet. So non-current assets. In the question I requested to write out the non-current assets, right? Non-current assets, audit program, you are familiar. Without non-current assets, no business. Non-current assets, so every balance sheet you can find non-current assets. So it's a common area. So you should know what is the audit program, what are the tests to be involved, what are the audit procedures, each and every audit procedures, audit objectives. So you must familiar this, right? So uh, uh, up to this, we can conclude the standard audit planning and program. So we will move on to next standard relating to the auditor's report on financial statement, SFA US 700. Auditor's report on financial statement. Auditor's report, SFA US. Very sorry, this marker is not working properly. Auditor's report on finance statement. This is very important standard. So you should know. Have you seen the audit report? First, I am asking from you. Have you seen any audit report? In your school days, you also get some report, right? What included those reports? In the school days, you can get your report, no? And the term test reports given by the principal. What is in this report? Your performance. Your performance. Likewise, audit report is the outcome of audit. Ultimately, conclusion on the finance statement or opinion on the finance statements is included in the audit report. So, beginner Mathya, Kanakaiva Avipraya is given in the audit report. In your life, you may see very various type of reports, but audit reports is different from those reports. Audit reports only contain the audit opinion. Without audit opinion, there's no audit report. You can find in the website National Audit Office issuing audit reports on the all ministries, around 55 ministries. Audit reports on the departments. Audit reports on the provincial council, 9 provincial councils. Audit reports on the public corporations. Audit reports on the universities. Audit reports on the municipal council, urban council, the Pradesh Sabhas, 347 local authorities. Audit reports on the foreign funded projects. So that is public money, the public institutions, the responsible to prepare the financial statement at the end of the financial year, as at 31st December, that is a budget year. On this financial statement, auditors' reports to be submitted to Parliament. Right? This audit report you can't prepare in your own way. Right? Audit report, so when you prepare audit report, you should comply the matters given in the auditing standards, US 700. The 700 gives guidance how to prepare audit reports. If you are not comply this audit report, or that your audit report is not comply with this SLA US 700, that is wrong, right? Your audit is according to the Accounting and Auditing Standard Act number 15 of 1995. All the entities, that the statutory specified business entities, right, adopt this standard for the preparation of accounting standard. Auditors to carry out audit in accordance with the auditing standard, and report should be comply with the Sri Lanka auditing standard, that is SLA US 700. So that audit report, you must after the audit is first, auditor should plan the work. Second, you perform the work. After performing completion of the audit work, you must come to a conclusion, right? That different type of conclusions are there. We'll study next standard 705, right? Modified, unmodified opinion, modified Karnakota, qualified opinion, adverse opinion, disclaimer opinion to be given. So based on the standard criteria, we will give a different type of opinion. So, ultimate outcome of the audit is reflected in the audit report. Understand? Audit report තමයි ඔක්කොම එළිය ගෙනියන්න පුළුවන්. ඔක්කොම ආයතනගේ inefficiency, accounting matters, accounting deficiencies, inefficiencies, control system, internal control weakness, everything, non-compliances, system and control weaknesses, contract management, everything. After completion of audit with this opinion, audit report is issued. So you are requested, highly requested, go to website and see what the National Audit Office or other companies audit reports. Audit reports, in the every companies there is a annual report according to the Companies Act. They have to publish annual report. Annual report, the audit report is a part of the annual report, right? You can find in the annual report every ayatana ඔක්කොම බලන්න පුළුවන් annual report, right? Annual වාර්ෂික වාර්තා, right? Annual report, you can find audit report, විఘ්න වාර්තා, right? විඝ්න වාර්තා, கணக்காய்வாளர் அறிக்கை, ஆண்டு அறிக்கையில ஒரு பகுதியாக இருக்கும் கணக்காய்வாளர் அறிக்கை. Annual reports contain several chapters, 7 or 8 chapters. Auditor's report, one of the chapter. Right, now we will come to the point, right? What is standard what is given in the standard, right? Auditor should review and assess the conclusion drawn from the audit evidence obtained as a basis for expression of opinion on the financial statement, right? So he should review and assess the conclusion drawn from the audit evidence. So, as a basis for the expression of an opinion on the financial statement, auditors' opinions are Mathya Abhipraya. Mathya may be unmodified opinion. That is the best opinion. Unmodified, sometimes unqualified opinion. ඒ වගේ තමයි කැමැති ඔක්කොම ආයතන කැමැති. அந்த 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 unqualified opinion தான் எல்லாரும் விரும்புறாங்க. அடுப்பாட்ட මොකුත් නැත්නම් තමයි unqualified opinion දෙන්න පුළුවන්. Unmodified opinion. නැත්නම් qualified that modified opinion. Modify කරනකොට qualified opinion, adverse or disclaimer opinion. We will discuss later, right? So whatever the opinion, what type of opinion is depending on the evaluation of the audit evidence, right? Conclusion based on the evaluation and review of the evidence. Then only auditor can තනගන්න පුළුවන් what type of මතය දෙන්න පුළුවන්, right? Then paragraph 3, this review and assessment involves considering whether financial statements have been prepared in accordance with the applicable financial reporting framework, being Sri Lanka accounting standard or relevant other standard or practices. It may be necessary to consider whether financial statement comply with the statutory requirements. Mathya Dennakota, 3 things you must consider. One is these financial statements are comply with financial reporting framework. One, if you take universities' financial statements are different from other entities, ministry, department, corporations, and all companies. So that is called financial reporting framework. So certain banks, certain institutions comply with certain rules or regulations in preparation and presentation of financial statement. That is called financial reporting framework. That may be legal requirements or other requirements. Second one, are you comply that entities comply with the accounting standard, right? Sri Lanka accounting standards or other standards or practices. right? So third one, other statutory requirements. The financial statement, when you prepare financial statement, company's financial statement. So auditor Tanagan may financial statements are first comply with the financial reporting framework. Second one, comply with the Sri Lanka accounting standard. Third one, other statutory requirements. Other statutory requirements means Companies Act requirements. So other rules and regulations, right? So before before come to conclusion to the basis of opinion, auditors should think about these things. That is given in the paragraph 3. Paragraph 4. Auditor's report should contain clear, not confused, clear, right? Written expression of opinion on the financial statement taken as a whole. Financial statement consists so many things. Financial position, comprehensive income, cash flow statement, so many things. Equity statement, so many things. So when you come to a conclusion on the financial statement, your opinion is a clear and written opinion, written expression, financial statement taken as a whole, right? So this is the 4 matters given in the standard. Now is a very, very important aspects we are going to discuss later into the basic elements of the audit reports. Basic elements of the audit report. This is normally testing, right? This several ways the exam purpose they are testing. Sometimes straightforward examiner asks to list out the elements of basic elements of audit report. Sometimes ask you to explain each and every elements. For example, title. Title na monoda, right? Address is the monoda, monohari liando. Sometimes you must explain this each and every title. Sometimes for the professional exam, the examiner gives you the audit reports. So you must find out the mistakes in the audit reports. As per, you must thoroughly know whether this audit report is prepared in accordance with Sri Lanka auditing standard SLAU 700. If you have thorough knowledge, you are able to find out the mistakes in the audit report prepared. So several ways, exams, chartered exams, so the professional exam, competitive exam, these areas will be tested. So now we will think about the basic elements. It is not a problem, right? In the standard itself, in the appendix, there's a specimen or examples of the audit report is given. When you go through this report, then only you can identify these elements, easily identify these elements, right? So first is a title. First, without understanding, we list out the we will see the elements, right? First is a title. Second one is addressee. Third one is a opening or introductory paragraph. Under introductory paragraph, number 1, identification of financial statement audited. And number 2, statement of the responsibility of the entity's management and the responsibility of the auditor. So it is an opening or introductory paragraph that is both parties' responsibility given in separate heading. Auditors responsible, management responsible. Because the readers can easily understand, right? What are the management responsibility and auditor's responsibility. Each and every report prepared in accordance with auditing standard, these paragraphs are there, right? Both parties' responsibility. Then fourth one, main element, scope paragraph. Scope means extent of work, right? Under 2 things you must you can find scope, a reference to the Sri Lanka auditing standard or relevant other standard or practices, a basis for opinion and description of the work the auditor performed. Description of test basis or full basis, what basis we are, sample basis, every basis you must give, and every மத்திய பேசிஸ் ஃபார் மத்திய, அதாவது அந்த அபிப்பிராயத்துக்குரிய அடிப்படை கொடுக்கவும். Whatever the opinion you express in the scope paragraph, you must explain the basis for the opinion or description of the work performed. That is comes under fourth element, comes under the scope paragraph. Fifth element is the opinion paragraph. Opinion, beginner mathia. Without this opinion, you can't say that audit report. Right? Very important matter in the audit report is the audit opinion. Beginner mathia. Kanakaivo Aiprai. Right? So, fifth element is a opinion paragraph is containing reference to the financial reporting framework used to prepare the financial statement, including identifying the country of the origin of the financial reporting framework when the framework uses not a Sri Lanka accounting standard. Then an expression of opinion on the financial statement. Both you must give in the standard these elements. So the opinion paragraph, you must give a reference to the financial reporting framework or Sri Lanka auditing standard, and expression, clear written expression of opinion to be given. 7.1 report, date of report, 8.1 auditor's address, and last one auditor's signature. And these are the elements. We will simply list out the elements, but we will try to understand each and every elements. Each and every element you should thoroughly understand. A measure of uniformity. The form and contents of the auditor's report is desirable because it's helped to promote the reader's understanding and to identify unusual circumstances when they occur. Right? So this report should be uniformity, the form and contents of the audit report. So you can find in the newspaper, so many audit reports are there, so many public companies audit reports. So audit reports, the audit firms are following this uniformity. Uniformity means that is standards gives a uniform the elements. That same principles you should prepare, you should follow when you prepare the audit reports. Why? Because it promotes readers understand. Ekollo tanagan no namika ekollo whatever the information they have to understand, right? So without unambiguous, easy to understand that matters given in the audit report. That is why auditors carefully these audit reports are prepared uniformity basis based on the auditing standard. Auditors prepare this audit report to understand the readers, right? Readers understand and identify unusual circumstances when they occur. Sometimes unusual circumstances, easy to understand, right? Some liquidity problem or any other problems, they can auditors pinpoint this. So that is why uniformity is preferable. The first is title. First elements is a title. What it is. Without title, you can't submit the audit report, right? Sometimes the exam question, there may be audit reports is given without title. Although I identify current owner, title kotara diyana, the title gana. Sometimes title is not there, then examiner asks to prefer what is the how to correct this, right? Auditor's report should have an appropriate title. It may be appropriate to use the terms independent auditor in the title to distinguish the auditor's report from reports that might be issued by others, such as by officers of the entity, the board of directors, or from the reports of the other auditors who may not have to be abide by the same ethical requirements as the independent auditor. So title should be an independent auditor. So you can see this title, that is description is there, right? Appropriate title means independent auditor. You can see this example in the appendix. You can see this how this title is given. Here, independent auditor's report. That is a title. Then addressee to the shareholders of the ABC company, not the directors. I will explain later. I will first try to understand this audit report given for the examples. Then easy to understand each and every title. When I explain each and every title, you will easy to understand. Right? This is the audit report. So, example of the audit report given in the standard. Right? The first one is element is what is the first element? Title. Title where you find as a independent auditor's report. That is a title. Second one, what you think about second element is what is that? Anyone? What is the second element? We discussed. Addressee. There is an explanation we will come to later. Addressee is normally not to the director, to the shareholders of the ABC company. Who? Shareholders are owners of the company. They are the people appoint the auditors. Right? At the annual general meeting, auditors are appointed by the owners, shareholders. So that is why this audit report is addressed to the shareholders of the ABC company. Then report on the financial statement. Right? This is an introductory paragraph. Normally in the direct class, the students can read this, right? But I don't know whether you are concentrate on this report on the financial statement. You see this. I carefully read this. You can listen. We have audited the accompanying financial statement of ABC company, the consolidated financial statement of the company and its subsidiaries as at the date, which comprise the balance sheet as at March 31st, 2019, and the income statement, the statement of changes of equity, and the cash flow statement for the year then ended, and the summary of significant accounting policies and other explanatory notes. This is the introductory paragraph. What is included in the introductory paragraph? You are identifying the financial statement. You are identifying the financial period, financial year. So this is introductory paragraph include this. Then you also include the both responsibility, management responsibilities and auditors' responsibilities. So management responsibilities for the financial statement. In the audit report, you can find auditor. When auditor prepare the audit report, he should mention the management responsibility of for the financial statement. Who is responsibility for the preparation of financial statement? Auditors or management? Management. That responsibility rests with the management. This should be pointed out. Otherwise, readers does not know about this. Right. Management is responsible for preparation and fair presentation of these financial statements in accordance with Sri Lanka accounting standards. This responsibility includes designing, implementing, and maintaining internal control relevant to the preparation and fair presentation of financial statements that are free from material misstatements, whether due to fraud or error. Selecting and applying appropriate accounting policies and making accounting estimates that are reasonable in the circumstances. This responsibility includes not only the preparation of financial statement, but also other responsibilities also included. What are those other responsibilities? They have to prepare financial statement in accordance with Sri Lanka accounting standard. In addition to that responsibility, internal control system, designing the internal control system, implementing the internal control system, maintaining the internal control system, relevant, those internal control systems relevant to preparation and presentation, fair presentation of financial statements that are free from material misstatements. Those responsibilities also included here, from misstatement, whether due to fraud or error, selecting and applying appropriate accounting policies. The third one. Second one, preparation of financial statement in accordance with Sri Lanka accounting standard. First one. Second one, internal control system, designing, implementing, maintaining internal control system relating to the preparation of financial statement. Third one, selecting and applying the accounting policies and making accounting state estimates, depreciation, bad debts, these are estimates that are reasonable in the circumstances. All these responsibilities are given in the audit report. Then scope of audit and basis of opinion. Our responsibility is to express an opinion on this financial statement. This is the auditor's responsibility. Our responsibility is to express an opinion on the financial statement based on our audit. We conducted our audit in accordance with Sri Lanka auditing standard. Those standards require that we plan and perform the audit to obtain reasonable assurance whether the financial statements are free from material misstatement. Right? The scope and basis of paragraph, first paragraph, that is relating to the auditor's responsibility. Second paragraph, scope. An audit includes examining on test basis. Like 100% check karanda amaru. That is not possible. Right? So they are stating that scope is test basis audit. evidence supporting the amounts and disclosures in the financial statement. An audit also include assessing the accounting policies that scope paragraph auditors explaining the account assessment of the accounting policies used and significant estimates made by the management as well as evaluating the overall financial statement presentation. Equal to financial statement presentation, right? Equal to estimate used by the management. Equal to accounting policies used by the management. Accounting supporting that evidence for the supporting of amounts shown in the financial statement. Right? The transaction is examination on test basis. මේ පරාග එක ඔක්කොම විස්තර දෙන්න පුළුවන් මේක scope, right? We have obtained the information and explanation which to the best of our knowledge and belief were necessary for the purpose of our audit. We therefore believe that our audit provides reasonable basis for our opinion. This paragraph also given තුරතුරු ඔක්කොම information, explanation, whether we have obtained or not. So that matter also, without information and explanation, අපි මතය දෙන්න බෑ. Right? ඒ නිසා ඒගොල්ලෝ auditors කියනවා all information ඔක්කොම තුරතුරු explanation, right? Which to the best of our knowledge we obtain, right? So this is a scope paragraph. Then opinion paragraph. මේ වගේ opinion එක unmodified opinion. මේක කොන්ද opinion. කොන්ද මතය තමයි. In our opinion, as far as appears from our examination, company maintain proper accounting records. එක කොන්ද proper accounting records එක maintain කරන්න තිබුණා. And financial statement showing true and fair view, company state of affairs and cash flow statement in accordance with the standard. In our opinion, the consolidated financial statements give a true and fair view of the profit and cash flow statement in accordance with the accounting standard, company and subsidiaries concerned management. So here, මතය හොඳ මතය තමයි දාලා තියෙන්නේ. Right? இதுல கொடுக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு அபிப்பிராயம். இதை சொல்றது unmodified opinion. There is no modification. This is a good opinion. This is not make a opinion make a modified to unmodified given. You should understand what is given the auditor. Auditor stated the proper books of accounts are kept. All the information explanation through gatta. Financial statement showing true and fair view of the state of affairs. Financial statements are prepared based on the Sri Lanka accounting standard. ඒ වගේ කතාව තියෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා මේ වගේ මතය තමයි හොඳ මතය. That is unmodified opinion. No modification. Right? This is the main element. We will study other type of opinion later. Right? Here, fifth element is opinion. මතය. මේ මතය නැත්නම් that is not an audit report. Right? So மத்திய அதாவது அபிப்பிராயம் வந்து audit reportல இருக்கணும். அப்ப you can understand how express, how describe the opinion, right? Opinion on the financial statement, you should say. Then that last before report on other legal and regulatory requirements, whether company is comply with other legal and other regulatory requirements, auditors, right? Other companies had provision, they are followed or not, right? Then auditor's signature, ega asangaran donor without signing this opinion is not acceptable. Then date of the audit report and auditor's address, right? Auditor's address. These are the elements. This example is given, right? Example is given. Now you can understand this. I don't want to take much time, right? So whatever that examples you already read, right? That is here explained here. Opinion or introductory paragraph. We are you can I already explained. Next one. These are the introductory paragraph. We have audited accompanying financial statement. Then management responsibilities. Both are given in the introductory paragraph. Then scope paragraph. Auditor's report should describe the scope of the audit by stating that audit was conducted in accordance with Sri Lanka auditing standard. Right, scope refers to auditor's ability to perform audit procedures deemed necessary in the circumstances. Right, the audit report should include statement that the audit was planned and performed to obtain reasonable assurance about whether financial statements are free from material misstatement. That also sentence also given scope paragraph. Auditor's report should describe audit as including test basis, support the evidence to support the amounts, financial statement, the amount and disclose, assessing the accounting policies, assessing the significant estimate, evaluating the overall financial statement presentation, obtaining all the information and explanation for the best of the auditor's knowledge. Those are the matters given in the scope paragraph. Then illustration is given. We have already read this illustration. Then opinion paragraph. Opinion paragraph of the auditor's report should clearly indicate the financial reporting framework used to prepare financial statement, including identifying the country of the origin and state the auditor's opinion as to whether financial statement give true and fair view. ඒකට opinion කියනකොට ඒගොල්ලෝ කියන්න ඕන financial statement is showing or gives true and fair view. Financial statement prepared in accordance with the financial reporting framework. Opinion දෙන්නකොට කියන්න ඕන. Then financial reporting framework සම්බන්ධ describe කරන්න ඕන. Illustration is given here, right? This is the opinion paragraph. In our opinion, so far as appears from our examination, the company maintained proper accounting records for the year ended, and the financial statement gives true and fair view for the company's state of affairs and its profit and cash flow for the year then ended in accordance with Sri Lanka accounting standard. In our opinion, the consolidated, in the case of consolidated. So opinion paragraph, then report on other legal and regulatory requirements, you must point it out in your audit report. Date of reports is very, very important. Auditors should date the report of the completion of the date of audit. That report For example, financial statement, financial year ended 31st March 2022. May accounts on same date is not given. So April or May financial statements given to the auditor. Auditor sometimes completes audit May or June. So the audit report specifically state the report, the completion date of audit. This informs the readers that the auditor has considered the effect on the financial statement and on the report on event and transaction of which the auditor became aware and occurring up to the date. Up to the date, whatever transaction or events should aware sometime before issuing the report. Up to completion of the report, 15 May, on the date, there's a case filed against the company. Auditor should aware about that. So sometimes management fail to disclose those matter contingencies. Auditor should consider those things, right? So report is in date of report. Date of report means up to the date of report, the auditor should aware the event and transactions, right? Occurred on that to that date. Then, since the auditor's responsibility is to report on the financial statement as to prepared and presented by management, the auditor should not date the report earlier than the date on which the financial statements are signed and approved by the management. It is not possible. May date occur not before the financial statement signing date. Financial statement signing date may be April or May. So the auditor's report must be after the signing of the financial statement report. Signing date of sign the financial statement. Auditor's address, specific location, which is ordinarily the city where the auditors maintain the office that has responsibility for the audit. Then auditor's signature, right? Signature is important, right? So these are the elements of audit report. So you must be careful that several ways that this question may be asked. Sometime you may list out the elements of audit reports. Sometime you may able to explain the each elements. For example, scope paragraph, what is given. For example, opinion paragraph, what is important to state that. Date of report, one element, you should write down something. Signing of report, right? So these are the elements of audit reports that those are given in this standard. I think this is by mistake. I have given all version, but nothing. The basic things are same. You must take other version, but these are we are discussing only the basic things, right? Elements of audit report, it won't change, right? So we must try to understand the standard SLAUS 700, right? So the question on this report, in the standard, I will give you later 3 or 4 questions. I can give you later. Now I want to know how many questions I have given each and every standard. You must answer. Based on that, I have to categorize assignment 1 and 2. You should submit in due date, right? So we will. You must give you. You must give the number of questions I have given for each and every area. For introduction part, how many questions? I told you to bring all this detail. Introduction, how many? Introduction, assurance, uh, SLA US 200, SLA US 210, 220, 20 not discussed, 230, 240, 300, 500 audit evidence, 610 considering the work of internal auditor. Yes. Please give me the number of questions I have given up to now. Today, SLA US 300 and audit program, how many? 10 or 11? Students, you should answer. How many
11,
questions?
sir.
Sorry?
11, sir.
11, fine. Okay, okay. Okay, sir. Uh, last class, what is the standard we discussed? Last lecture, what standard we discussed? Last Saturday? So standard 10. Internal audit.
Yes, sir.
Sorry? Sorry? What is the standard we discussed in the last class?
610, sir.
Only one standard?
230, sir.
Sorry? Students? 610, how many questions I have given?
Sir, totally 64 questions, sir.
Right. Totally 64, no problem. Right? 64. We can eliminate 4. Right? We can eliminate 4. Right? First 30, assignment 1. First 30. Uh, First 30 questions, assignment. Oh, no problem. 4 questions we have to eliminate. We don't know what questions we should eliminate. 64, no problem. Up to now, I have given 64. First 32, assignment 1. Second 32, assignment 2. Right? I have given to write answers as early as possible, right? So that means uh, once the lecture program is over, there is a gap, 1 week gap. In between, you have to answer. I hope that you already, most of the students already written these answers, right? I told you this is for the assignment for the that you are uh, uh, that are not midterm exam. Other this marks is count, right? So when you are able to submit this, today is before 15th, no excuse, right? No excuse. Before 15th August, you have to submit. Before August, some checks are there. 230, 240. Some in the some standards, I have not given questions. I remember that I am unable to, due to time limitation, I am unable to give a question on this certain standard. I think 240 or some other standards. Not possible to give questions uh, certain standard not covered. So you are you have given two assignment number 1, assignment number 2. Once you complete this assignment, you must submit to the office, right? Once you will complete assignment 1, assignment 2, right? You must immediately submit, right? The due date is 15th August, right? Before 15th August, you have to sit for this that midterm exam, MCQ exam, that is 20 or 25 questions, right? So both will be counted for marks, were 35% of marks, right? So I think we can wind up today's class. The remaining part, we had to discuss one more standard relating the audit opinions. I am not going in deep the professional level. Those are the 3 important opinions we will study. Modified opinion, under modified opinion, qualified opinion, disclaim opinion, adverse opinion. We have to study in what circumstances or what type of opinion is expressed, and that proper paragraph for the each and every uh, opinion, type of opinion. You should be aware about type of opinion, right? So that standard, if possible, we will study analytical review 520, then audit provisions in the Companies Act number 17 of 2007, right? Those are the important areas we have to cover, and also we have to study verification and vouching also, right? Uh, I requested to have a class on weekdays, but last week I asked from you to have a class on Sunday. Some students requested to attend church or some temple on Sunday, so I am unable to take. Then I asked you to fix the class on other days, weekdays. You have failed to do so. That one day they fixed, coordinator fixed, but no, link is not come. So please, 1 or 2 extra class before next Saturday, if possible, please inform me. Uh, or your student rep can speak to directly uh, with the coordinator as well as myself, right? We can decide two more class before next Saturday. If we have two more class and next Saturday we can complete the syllabus and extra program as early as possible, right? So please, I don't know whether you can, but you understand. So when we should submit the assignment, that I already given the due date. One student asked me when we should submit the assignment number one. Assignment number 1 and 2. 1 and 2. There is no discrimination. 1 and 2, both before 15th August. That is a due date. After that, they won't take up. Right? So 10 more days are there. Right? You can submit answers to the 64 questions. Then that other MCQ exam is that is midterm exam, right? I hope you understood. There is no separate dates for assignment 1 and 2. Both assignments, if you are complete assignment 1, you can submit, no problem. Now immediately you can submit. Assignment 2, both due dates, both assignments due date 15th August. That is one thing, assignment. Midterm exam before 15th, MCQ, that is second one. Third one, fixing of lecture program. Before next Saturday, try to fix after Monday, Monday no problem, after Tuesday problem, right? Sunday tomorrow evening or Monday convenient time to fix that lecture program and inform me in advance. So easy to, for the benefit of all, it is easy to have we have to advance the lecture program. I hope you understood. It's a chat. We are writing the questions, answer. We are writing the questions. One student asked me, we are far from university, so can we have another way to submit? There is no other way. You can post it, right? You can post it. The online submission is difficult to. With my experience on my online submission, it is difficult to correction, right? So hard copies needed. So if you are unable to submit, you can post it. Post, you can send it to someone and ask you to submit. Right? It is not a problem. You can email to your friends and they can take a print out and submit. It won't be any problem. So if you do not have any other matters, we can wind up. Students, anything you want to discuss? Upload notes. I already informed to coordinator to upload the notes LMS, right? That standard, whatever standard we discussed, need not upload LMS. But other notes I can arrange. I already informed to her. I will arrange to note to upload LMS, right? That standard you can get it from the website. That it is not necessary whole standard. Whatever we discussed, you can extract it and get it hard copy and study. So, any other things? You can freely communicate any problem, right? Not to hesitate to communicate your problem. Yes. Your student rep, please contact me regarding the next class. So shall we wind up? Uh, so most of the students are preferring to upload the assignment in LMS. I will discuss with your coordinator and let you know. Right? Anyhow, your deadline. Anyhow, your deadline is 15th August, right? That I will discuss this matter with your coordinator regarding submission of LMS, right? So, and I will inform you, right? Anyhow, you must complete your answer, finish your assignment before next week. Next week, 11th or 12th. So I will inform what shall we do, right? Deadline is 15. So most of you are preferring to uh, preferring to upload LMS. I try to consider. So any other things? So we can wind up. Shall we wind up?
Okay,
No,
sir.
no. No answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. We will wind up. We'll
Thank
meet
you, sir.
next class. Thank you so much.
You, sir.
Okay, thank you.